Guten Abend, Joel Pearl. Welcome to Tim and Joel. Call it in the ring. Your mic is muted because I've silenced you.
I'm sorry, who's knob?
Guten Abend.
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, it's a good evening.
Tim, how are you? Tim, how
Good.
are you?
I just discovered I can do this. Hold on.
This is the content people come here for.
Look, I don't know what's wrong with you people.
Chad, how you doing? It's good to see you. We have so much to talk about. Some interesting, some good, some bad, and some amazing, and some excellent news that we will have soon.
Oh, it's all comedy to me. I'm fine.
It's all comedic. We take nearly nothing seriously. That's what I do. I do think you should spit the water like
I'm surrounded by thousands of dollars worth of equipment that does not play well with water. I'm not going to be doing that.
I half expected you to do that, by the way.
Maybe if I go back this far. No, we're not tempting fate.
Could you? Come on, do it.
No, this is also not just water, it's creatine and Metamucil in water. So
before we start, before I give you the gimmicks, I'm gonna put this over. And Tim, I didn't tell you about this, but our friends Maud Dan and Sam have started their own podcast. Woo! And they're calling it the Squared Post Podcast. And they just released their first episode today. And I think y'all should go ahead and find it on the YouTube after the show. We'll put it up on our Twitter at Tim and Joel Pod, and we'll promote it. It's their first show. Be good to them. They're just getting into it, and they're just starting out. And it's conversations. Let them have it and enjoy the show. I got to listen to a little bit today, and it's good stuff. I hope they keep it up.
I will follow them back on Twitter then.
There you go. Squared Post Podcast. They are on Twitter at Squared Post Pod. Go check it out. Sam, Dan, you guys are almost always here, and we appreciate you. So let's do that. Should we give them the other good news? Should we talk about the news?
I guess we could talk about the news as a consolation prize for starting later at 5 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern.
So when we 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. in the Brits.
Somewhere.
Yes. The posts are square, by the way, because in AEW, the posts are square.
Yeah.
That's how we're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So when Tim and I started this podcast back in August of 2020, I made a joke to him. I said to him, Tim, we're really just doing this to get co-opted and pulled onto somebody else's network. And we both laughed and laughed. And then we built this little community, and we appreciate everyone who's hung out with us this whole time. And we continue to build this thing. We've got our Discord. It's in the link in the video. You can join that. And we made a lot of friends along the way. And through all of this conversation, our original plan, I'll let you guys in now. Our original plan was episode 100 of Tim and Joel Pod was going to be not only a celebration, but also a launching of a rebranding of our channel.
A rebirth, if you will.
A rebirth. Originally, this was going to become the In the Ring Network. And we were going to have a bunch of friends and new contributors putting together all of this fun content to just to push out fun, like low barrier, accessible content that everyone would be able to enjoy together with us. Stuff that makes us laugh, stuff that makes us, stuff that's different than what's just opinion piece out there. And then some stuff happened, and I got a phone call on Friday with an offer. And I spoke to Tim, and we said that we would like to do something about this offer. And Tim, we have finally been co-opted. Next Wednesday, starting Wednesdays at noon Eastern, you will find us at youtube.com/FightfulOverbooked. Tim, we are moving to the Fightful Overbooked channel starting next Wednesday. So Sunday coming up, that's going to be our last show on this channel for at least for now. We'll see what happens next. We have in fact been co-opted.
And like any great move, we have requested that some friends help us out. So
yes, our friends are going to be with us. We're going to be doing all sorts of ridiculous shit. Let me tell you, and we're so excited And we hope that you'll come along with us for the ride. And we hope that you'll continue to support us along with the ride. It's a different world for us. We're going to be talking to a whole different group of people, let me tell you. But we're excited, and we'll hope that you'll be with us and talk wrestling with us and just be nonsensical, okay? Okay? It is a channel change. Same podcast, baby. But we'll be on the Fightful Overbooked channel. So you'll be able to, Tim, they'll be able to send super chats and humper chats and ask
super humper chats.
Mundane questions that only wrestling pundits like you and I can answer.
You can yell at us by paying and we'll read it. And I'll be slightly more okay with it. You can call us a shill for whichever brand you shill for. And we'll accept it.
You can subscribe to the new channel. Go to youtube.com/FightfulOverbooked. I'll let you in on a little secret. It's the former Fightful Distraction channel. We just rebranded it. And we're going to have a whole slew of content with our pals. Some new faces, some faces you've seen in our worlds before. But Tim, I think I speak for both of us when I say, hey, thank you for being around and being pals. And also, we're looking forward to this.
Yeah, stoked.
I'm looking forward to talking about Dynamite. Do you want to start with the Dynamite talk and then talk about the rest of the world? Or do you want to talk other stuff to get there?
Hold on. I want to deal with some of the chat here because some of this is funny as hell.
Okay, go.
All right. I Googled Conrad Thompson Productions. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. Anything, and it's not because of the terrible podcasts he produced, but also because he's a mortgage broker. Not into it right now. Bad time, sensitive subject.
Shout out to Drew for an awful mortgage RKO joke earlier on the Twitter. I will shout that out. That was awful. Thank you for that.
All right. Well, wait, hold on. There was another one here. Forder soup. I don't like change. I'm out.
See you later, Forrest. Sorry, bud. Dan, I love this.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah, people can send super chats and tell Tim what to rant about because God knows I don't rant as much.
You know what? Let's do some market research and put a price point on it. We'll do whatever rant you want. I'll figure it out. Doesn't matter if I personally care at all. I'll figure it out. We'll set a price point. You pay the money. I'll do the monkey dance.
There you go. Hey, what's in it for you, Mike? My Montreal pal. A lot of content, pal. A whole lot of content. A whole lot of fun wrestling talk, which we got to get into because now we spent the top 8 minutes talking, well, the usual nonsense.
We've only got 2 shows. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's exposure. This is what we're doing. Okay, so where do we want to start? Do we want to start AEW? Do we want to start about NXT? Do you want to talk about Raw? What do you want to do? What do you want to touch on first?
Let's start with Raw. Work our way towards Dynamite.
Okay, we don't have to go too far with Raw. I don't want to go too far with Raw.
It was pretty good. I thought it was
what
pretty
did you
good.
like?
A lot of it, like an awful lot of it. Intro, it was the women's stuff, right? That was fine. Not super stoked about that. It was fine. You know what I really liked? RK Bro and Alpha Academy. Loved it. Loved everything about that segment. It was completely bonkers. Very good wrestling. Very wrestling. Why was Riddle in an Irish flag graduation gown?
Did you see Graves say he was dressed like the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, like I'm so confused.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. Listen, there were some good segments.
You kind of it was great. This is what is good about wrestling. The absolute bonker stuff, and they haven't broken up RK Bro arbitrarily. Looking at serious ass Randy Orton with his insane abs. Put on that graduation gown was great. It was great.
It was. Oh God, that's right. I loved that. I didn't even think about him like zipping it up. It was absolutely ridiculous.
It was great. It felt like kind of a payoff, and I'm glad that they haven't just killed RK Bro, turned it into some benign feud we've seen a million times. Like, yeah, I think the writers had a little bit of a plan on Monday. It wasn't totally terrible.
Yeah. In the chat, I said support is warranted. I meant appreciated. My bad. I was just, my words got all messy. Someone was asking about super chats. I was like, your support is warranted. No, it's mandatory. What I really liked about that segment is that it did set up a whole lot more that I'm going to enjoy. Like that academic decathlon BS, that Billy Madison-esque comedy piece that will come from it. I'm looking forward to that.
I didn't hate Raw this week,
I need-
and that contributed a lot to it.
There were some things that I really didn't need.
Oh, wow,
I mean, I didn't need a can they coexist match. I didn't need that main event booked the way it was. No, come on, man. You
The
can book
Lashley one?
totally. Yes. Okay.
The Lashley Seth Rollins one.
Let me tell you, was the match good in terms of the ring work between these two?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you need these two who are contenders, top contenders, going to a DQ finish when you could have been continuing to build them and giving them some sort of meaningful wins on the way to their title matches? Yes. It didn't need to have and like this is a pretty like this is not a hot take. Like it just
no.
We could have done something more with this that wasn't Lashley getting a fluke victory because it was Seth getting a fluke victory because the Usos showed DQ. Up. Yeah, it was unnecessary. It was again a really fun match to watch, but a very dissatisfying finish to have.
Yeah, but I mean that's so the norm in WWE at this point that it just washes over me. Like here's the thing. If they didn't do DQ finishes like every single week, I don't think I would have minded it. Like if it was the rarity, I think it would have been fine, but clearly it wasn't a rarity. It is what it is. Like the Usos showing up was nice. I'm sure that was fun for the live audience. The Hurt Business showing up continues to just dig away at the fact that we're not allowed to have nice stables in WWE. So
doesn't that suck?
It does suck because every week, and like I don't know that they hype me up so much for the Lashley Lesnar thing because that package was tremendous. They just ripped off a UFC promo package, but like it was good.
It was really good,
very well produced. It was a UFC promotional package. Like that's all they did. It was good, well produced.
Yeah, it worked for me. And listen, it got me hyped for that match. I was already looking forward to it. Now I'm like, we're gonna enjoy this match.
Yeah.
It's something that we've kind of been waiting for. It's two big men who are going to go absolutely ham on each other. Yes, the big meaty men slapping meat, but
I mean, I like that. I don't think I like that as much as Vince likes that, but I like it. I wasn't as hyped, but I'm a little more into it now.
Yeah, you see that they both had careers outside of WWE that have been relatively successful. I mean, Brock's been clearly very successful, but even Bobby Lashley has seen his form.
Didn't know about the Bellator run.
They acknowledge that, but they can't acknowledge his TNA championship victory. The sons of jerks. Anyway, what did you think of Damian Priest suffering his first singles loss since being called up to the main roster?
Yeah, I saw everyone blowing up about that. I didn't mind. I don't. I'm more annoyed that Damian Priest's character is dumb.
Yes,
like he can lose to Kevin freaking Owens. Like that's fine. I think that's okay. Here's the thing: Damian Priest is going to have a long career, and this is one single loss to a veteran. It's fine. I don't think that's such a big deal. Kevin Owens is a main title contender. Damian Priest sitting in the mid card with the championship. It's okay. Balances in my mind. What I don't like is having to hear every single week the Damian side, the Priest side. Like I hate that character.
Yeah. And like Plug was saying, losing to KO isn't a bad deal.
No. Yeah.
On top of it, I think a lot of the upsettedness, that's not a word, was based on the fact that we as fans know about it, but in the WWE land, they don't acknowledge it. And that's us. We know it's there, but if they don't put it out there, WWE will hit us over the head with anything that they need to move their story forward. Then it matters. In this case, it doesn't. They did it with Mansoor. They've done it with Aleister Black. They had him suddenly lose after being on a big winning streak. I didn't love it in the moment because I realized what it was.
Yeah.
And I agree with Evan here. Commentary could have put it over.
Yes.
They would have sold it that it was his first singles loss and made KO look bigger. Now the onus is on them on Monday coming up to make that reference. And if they do, because KO gets a US title match, so they're going to have another match. If they can say, if Kevin Owens can say, I gave you your first singles loss in WWE and I'll do it again and I'll take that US title. And then for Owens to lose, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
That works for me, but we'll find out. Well, again, we'll
exactly like it could amount to absolutely nothing, given that they didn't focus on it as a story, like a focal point for a story. It could have just been a way to fill the card that night, which he was hoping it isn't.
Yeah, and I see Fordor saying, it doesn't matter because wins and losses don't matter. Yeah, listen, I love one of my favorite videos that I can't find is Carmella openly admitting that on talking smack during the pandemic, and it was probably like I was like, oh, she admits it. That's all that matters here.
Okay, and also, as pointed out in the commentary, he's been DQ'd a bunch, so whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because that's the thing that WWE people seem to a loss is a loss. I don't care. He's lost a bunch. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't really bug me, but also here we are. At the moment it did, and then I was like, okay, here we are. I know this didn't bug you. You messaged me last night. You were watching Raw, you were catching up, and you talked about the Vince McMahon Austin Theory story. You were in stitches like you are now. Tell me, what the hell? What happened?
He's so insane. He's such a crazy looking sounding old man now. Like, he was just babbling, and like that was gross. It was so gross. And then he's just like, I would take a selfie and I would send it to your mother. Like,
just drag to your office. I'll pull out an equalizer, break every small bone in your body. It'll shift it to your face. And then there'll be nothing left but blood, snot, and broken teeth.
Yeah.
And then I'll take a selfie and I'll send it to your mom.
Gory self-mutilation indeed.
Well, we don't do that in WWE. So
no, we don't do that. Like there was talk of teeth and things. Like it was very graphic.
Yeah, and stay tuned because Drew and I are working on certain things that involve that comment about worst segments of the week and best and good. We'll see. It'll come.
Hey man, look, that immediately followed the Arcade Bro Alpha Academy segment, and I was like, this is the wrestling I very much enjoy. Like, I love that stuff. How dumb it is. Like, lean into it.
Yep. And again, we've talked about it on this show. The common consensus is Vince McMahon is a 76-year-old man who is absolutely insane. People talk about it openly. It's like wrestling's worst kept secret. And Vince is just like, that's what they think. I'll give them what they want. I know who I am. And
I mean, he knows who he is through the fog of mush brain as a result of years of insane bumps. Like,
he's gonna lean into it. I don't care. It's just
look. If I have to look at a jackass old billionaire, I'm much more pleased to see them embarrass themselves every single week because it's funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's crazy 75-year-old man. Well, he's 76, but yes, exactly.
Oh, it's old man.
But I'm not bringing that up on screen, Ron Patel. But yeah, damn, that's upsetting.
I mean, they probably run in the same circle, buddy. You kind of remember Linda McMahon's with the old Trump squad.
Why are Queen Zelina and Carmella coming out in the middle of a broken up tag team segment? Is it because they have no tag teams? What are we doing here? What's
Mean
this
Girls?
about?
Yeah, it's because there's no tag. I don't know. That segment didn't. That one I just kind of forgot happened. So.
Yeah, so we're not going to talk about that. The match didn't even happen. Doesn't matter. Omos and Reggie happened in 30 seconds. No shock there. Just kind of existed.
My wife said, I love his voice when Omos came on the screen.
Oh, he's so big and tall.
He's big. And I was like, well, he's got a pretty tremendous resonance chamber.
It's all open down here.
Yeah, so much cavity to fill with reverberation.
Beth is asked by Maurice to come and talk to her in the ring one-on-one. I loved this segment for all the dumb reasons. At day
all
one,
the same reasons as the other two segments.
Yes. Yeah. Did Reggie win?
No, he did not.
I will let you figure that out. It was a roll-up victory. Reggie won. Maurice is in the ring and she's like, hey, my husband opened up his mouth and he gets himself into these situations and he called me into it. Said, remember that we battled through the same era. You know, remember 2-minute women's matches, to which I said, I also watched SmackDown last week, and said, women nowadays are headlining WrestleMania because of your work and because of us. And we're amazing. And we should be best friends.
Yeah. After there was the tag match to open it. And then, yeah. All that underscoring how great they're doing was kind of a little bit cringe.
That tag match, by the way, was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. The one you're alluding to. 2 minutes
and 30 minutes. Yeah, I knew it wasn't long, and then I don't even remember what did happen with Rhea and Nikki Ash.
Oh, that match, nothing happened because
did it just
Rhea
not
got blindsided?
I remember entrances, but I remember nothing else. Like,
yeah, well, matches didn't happen.
It from my mind. Yeah.
Happen. It's over. Either way, Beth comes out during this Maurice standoff and essentially says like she's going to give her a glam slam the second you have an opportunity. Miz comes out, Edge punches him, and then all of a sudden Maurice hits her with the clutch, and I tweeted out what the hell's in that clutch when they came out. It was a brick, Tim.
That is a brickin'.
It was a very small brick. They
no.
They chopped that brick in two, man.
No,
Yes,
that was
it was a
what?
thin-ass brick.
It looked like it. Oh yeah,
It was a shaved down brick.
Yeah. Whatever,
That's
brick.
right.
It's still enough to brick a face. You only need half the brick.
Am I the only one who finds the Grit couple stuff cringe?
No,
I
it's
don't.
lame as hell. I think
the
awful.
name is dumb, but
yeah. Oh no, I like
Listen.
them together. Yeah, they're fine. I just don't like the name. We wanted this match though. What we didn't want was it to happen at Royal Rumble though. This is a WrestleMania caliber match.
Well, listen, when we talk about the Cody Rhodes news, we know what the Mania match should be.
That's not
Miz and Maurice versus Cody and Brandy in the reality show Face Off of the Decade.
Who's the face?
I don't give a shit. What else happened on Raw? They did that 6-man with the 8-man Street Profits, Reign, Dominic, and the Ziggler and Rude and Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz, where it was all about
the Royal Rumble. If this were the Royal Rumble.
I love how Dominic's like, my dad and we're going to eliminate 29 other guys and we're going to win the Royal Rumble. And someone's like, your math is a little bit off, bud.
Well, I don't know. He's a wrestler's kid, man.
He's a wrestler's kid. Hey, man, he's like double the size of his dad. So that's got to count for something.
Okay, height doesn't make you good at math. If anything, I'd say there's probably an adverse relationship.
Still waiting for Tim's reviews of Road to the Top.
Premium content on the new channel.
It'll be coming to Fightful Overbooked very soon. So the match happens. Street Profits, Mysterio wins, and they all toss each other outside. And
I thought it was cute when Ray tossed Dominic over because they did a little laugh about it, and it didn't turn into a whole thing. So I didn't mind that so much.
But it will.
Just leave it. And here's the thing. You showcased all these people. You did it's the Royal Rumble. If this were the Royal Rumble, blah, blah, blah. Leave it at that. Pick another set of like 6 or 8 guys next week and do the same stupid thing, but just don't ever return to this.
And then we talked about the main event, Seth and Bobby. Again, I think we both agree the match itself was great. The two know how to work and had some great spots, had a good time, but that finish, buddy, not it. The booking of that match didn't need to happen.
This is literally how they end at least 2 out of every 4 Raws leading up to a pay-per-view. Like exactly the same. It's nearly because they've got like enough swerves to feel like the ending of a show for 2 shows, and then the other 2 are just like, oh, here's the same people, but they're getting up to stuff.
Fair. That's just it could have been done better. That's all that matters. Let's move on. By the way,
wait a minute. Austin Theory beat Finn Balor.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
Everything
and now people are saying
here.
that Finn.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like he's a small guy with a thirsty 76-year-old lunatic at the helm. There's no way in hell he's getting anything.
He's 40. I'm sorry, in the WWE world, like he's also 40. The second that he went down with that arm injury with the Universal Championship was the second that Vince McMahon lost complete trust in him and said, I'm not going to do the voice, said, I can never trust this guy. He's never going to be it. That's
God forbid you be a human being in a dangerous sport.
Same.
This was also a highlight. The
popcorn so funny.
I loved it. It was good.
Yes, big fan of that. And yeah, I mean, listen, we'll see what happens in the future with Balor. Balor can easily wrap his contract and be like, I'm done. I'm gonna go be with
literally
my beautiful
anywhere.
Wife. And well, no, he could be like, I'm retiring. I can go be with my beautiful wife and have kids if I want them. Like, there are opportunities. And I agree that he's 40 is not an argument that I'm trying to make. That is more of the reason I make it is because Vince McMahon's version of 40 and Finn Balor is not the same as Vince McMahon's whatever age Bobby and Brock are, because he sees them as main event talent. Doesn't matter what age. He sees Goldberg as a main event talent at 56. Exactly. It's more that he's like, Finn didn't make it and now he's 40 and now it doesn't matter because he's useless to us.
Yeah, and again, I think height just comes into a lot of the equation here. Like, how tall is Finn Balor? Like,
No, please don't have more tall discourse. I've been listening to dorks tell me that Mustafa Ali is not believable because he was too short. That was some horse shit in different various wrestling chat rooms. It
yeah,
was ridiculous.
that's dumb. I'm not trying to make that. It's not about believability. It's about
No.
Vince McMahon's horniness. Yeah, so Finn's 5'9". He's less than 6 feet. You're doomed. Like it just is what it is. It's what it has always been. 5'10" in shoes, maybe. No.
5'10" in boots.
Mhm,
And like
mhm.
again, I get like JJ, he's 40, he should get a push. Only 40 plusers get pushes in the Fed.
There's
And
that too.
but you're not wrong. But again, they get the push because Vince has already seen them like on the ascent. He already had Finn at his ascent at that SummerSlam in 2018, 2016? 2016, when he injured. I'm using air quotes because I need you to understand. I don't mean it this way as a fact. Seth Rollins was injured during that match, and they also like Finn injured himself. Vince immediately said, "Forget this guy. He's not going to be the guy," and they didn't give him a chance after that.
Which sucks and isn't fair, but like, welcome to WWE. Like,
And it's horseshit, and that's what it is. But you know what isn't horseshit, Tim? Leaving a comment on this video. Or what about subscribe? Well, I mean, you can still subscribe to this channel, but really you want to subscribe to youtube.com/FightfulOverbooked, where we will be starting next Wednesday. We'll still have a show here on Sunday at noon Eastern. And then we'll move that following Wednesday. And toss a thumbs up on this video, because if you haven't yet, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Don't know. Figure it out one day.
We will. Do you want to talk about, do you want NXT or do you want the AEW?
NXT.
What do you want to do?
Now we're going to go in sequence.
Okay, we'll do chronological order. Hey, you know who opens the show? It's LA Knight. Yeah.
I loved everything about it.
I
love LA Knight so much. I don't know why. I can't explain to you why. I just do. He's so cool. He's so cool and handsome and just a great voice.
And he's also 39, so you know he's gonna be great. Yeah. I love the chat is going to
yeah, as was everybody in the audience. Is great. It's fun.
Easy. And that's just a
let me talk to you.
Let me
that's
talk
a fact
to you.
Life. He's got so many one-liners.
He's been around for a long time to know how he's gonna do it, and there's no problem with that. Yeah, exactly. I would love LA Knight as a Rumble surprise.
Oh, please.
Bukowski, absolutely.
He should be on the main roster. Like he's not a greenhorn talent down there learning to cut his teeth. Like, get him up there.
Okay, so he comes out and he's like, "Hey, Waller, you tried to take me out. You tried to sabotage my car, but I got you," and blah, blah, blah. Then Grayson Waller comes out. Grayson Waller comes out and he's like, "Hey."
Does his best Logan Paul.
He does his best Logan Paul. And he says he'll let me talk to you.
Which was a good impression, actually. I'll give him that.
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, when you go from like that Aussie accent to like American deep, let me talk to you.
Like, yeah, exactly. Sorry. LA Knight and the Orlando Knights. It's just silly. I love it. And so out comes Waller with this manila envelope, which of course has a restraining order, and Knight's like, "Hey, it's not me you got to worry about. You got to worry about this guy." And out comes Dexter Lumis from under the ring. And now it's funny. They do a choice. Is it going to be Waller choosing Dexter Lumis, or is he going to rip up the restraining order and take out LA Knight? And I'm like, what? A, it's lose-lose. I get it. That builds the heat on this guy. But what?
Look, if you can't bust out the restraining order gimmick at least twice a year, are you even a pro wrestling company? Like,
oh, it was so silly. But then they come back from the break, and he chose Dexter Lumis, and I'm like, this is the weirdest rebranding of Sophie's Choice I've ever seen. It's very strange. They do the match. Waller wins, which is good. Yeah, I need Waller to start building wins. Otherwise, what are we doing, right? Because Waller needs to start building those wins, because Sarov is now part of Grayson Waller's company. He's now going to be his heavy. I love it.
Sure. I don't know.
Couldn't keep that guy hanging out backstage forever, right?
I don't know who he is.
He was part of Indu's Share in the old Leather Daddy NXT.
Yeah.
So the story with him, if you don't remember, was at Great American Bash 2020. They filmed it, and it was the match where Keith Lee beat Karrion Kross. Was it Karrion Kross? Whoever for the NXT World and North American title.
North American, yeah, it was Keith Lee, and it was Karrion Kross.
Yeah, so Keith Lee, there's a photo out there that Saurov had taken and posted to Instagram from the tapings.
Yes,
basically spoiled it. So yeah, so this was his penance, and now he's back, and he's been put with Waller, and I love it. I think it's right. Oh, he beat Adam Cole. Thank you, chat.
Oh, okay.
Beat Adam Cole. Yes. So there you go. That was Saurov screwed that up, and now he's been brought in to be the suit wearer next to Waller, which I'm all for. It works for me. And I'm reading in my notes that I got a shout out in the PW Torch recap for that. So cool.
Bravo.
Good stuff. Good. Thank you, Kelly Wells. I appreciate you. Let's keep going. The Dusty Cup, your favorite time of the year, pal.
Stumpy Brax.
For those who don't know, Tim loves tournaments, especially ones that have 8 teams involved. Jacket Time versus MSK, Enofe and Blade versus Legado del Fantasma, Creed Brothers versus Briggs and Jensen, Chase University versus Grizzled Young Veterans. I think that this comes down to MSK versus the Creed Brothers, and the Creed Brothers win, and they take on Imperium because they are the All-American boys. They're just All-American boys because they love wrestling and they love amateur wrestling. Yeah. And if the mat is sacred, and then we're going to talk about Imperium at the end of the
but yes, America sure does love to forget a lot about.
Feels like that's the way it's going to go. MSK is going to make it so far and then not win at the final. There you go. They've done worse Dusty Cups, by the way, chat. They have done worse Dusty Cups.
This is only my second one, so.
In this case, who's the face? It's going to be Diamond Mine. It's just going to be Diamond Mine. Given what happened at the end of the show, it is Diamond Mine. And
I know it's hard to read because, again, in America, it's not a given, despite the fact that they seem to think it is. But anyway.
So the opening match in the Dusty Cup is the Creed Brothers versus Briggs and Jensen. The All-American boys versus
they should be the All-American. I like them. I like Briggs and Jensen. I don't like their weird hand thing, although because it's just like awkward and they just do it for so long.
Well, they just want you to join the Dark Order, but they can't like tell you.
Yeah, they can't. They can't do that. Yeah, but they're wholesome. They're wholesome. They're fun guys. Fun in the ring. I like their shtick. You need them right in the face or whatever.
They want you to join the Cowboy Order.
Yeah.
There's that finish, by the way, from the Creeds, the slam and then the lariat into the mat. Ridiculous. I loved it. Briggs was out.
This was a great match. I really enjoyed that match.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good point with the Creed brothers. Bivens is involved, automatically faces. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, you can't make that guy heel. He can be heelish, but he's like an anti-hero at worst.
Yeah. Dante Chen. So I love this segment.
Yeah.
I respect the fact that Chen in real life, by the way, and they're letting him tell the story. He did go back to Singapore and he was with his dad before he passed. Chen also happened to be injured, so I guess that made it a lot easier as well, just to miss the time. But I was glad to see him back. It was good that they gave him that showcase package. And then they started with the match versus Guru Raj, and then out came Duke Hudson. And again, Hudson looks good. He's got some hair back. And I guess we're going to do Dante Chen versus Duke Hudson, Duke Hudson moving forward.
That's fine with me. Set it up. Another DQ finish, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't love the no contest, but that's what we do. We'll talk about Walter and the whole rest of that in a few minutes.
Oh, that's coming to we're getting there. We're building up to it. It's going to be a lot.
Gacy, you and we took out Odyssey Jones. Well, you took out Odyssey Jones afterwards.
You know what? For all of the naysaying at the start of this, because we didn't know where they were going with the Gacy character, I think it works. I think they're so unhinged, and the contrast between the two is really interesting.
Yeah.
And Harlan
is he Scott Hudson's son? Good shit.
Harland.
That's you.
Yeah, myself. pretty good physical comedy. He might not perceive it to be comedy, but pretty good at the physical acting. Weirdly enough, he's good as a mute.
He is.
Like he acts like a T-1000. It's hilarious.
I was gonna say he's been watching RoboCop.
He's watching like it's interesting. I liked it. It doesn't really. I'm intrigued by how they're gonna spin the Odyssey Jones thing because it seemed like a gang hit, you know. So like,
hey man, Harlan said trans rights and beat the shit out of Odyssey Jones.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Odyssey Jones is a piece of shit. I forgot.
Well, come on, let's not go that far. And here we
kind
go.
Of a piece of shit. I don't know. That wasn't a really ambiguous post.
It was anyway, not great. Anyway. These are things that we can't bring with us over to Fightful's Overbooked channel, so we're just gonna say it here before we get canceled there. Yeah. Why aren't we in the Dusty Cup? We tried, but T-1000 over here decided to go a little ham.
Again, my muted rage knows no bounds.
That's
purple devil emoji. Purple devil emoji.
Braun Breaker and Legado del Fantasma. Such a fan. We stand Tasma, and I'm very excited to see Escobar and Breaker. I think that's a good feud.
Breaker's pretty good. I see why they're behind him. He's fun backstage. Like his character is like interesting without being a lot. So
we're gonna get to what happens later on during that Dust. Actually, let's just talk about the Dusty Cup match now. They've got Enofe and Blade versus Legado del Fantasma, and out comes Escobar's with them and Electra Lopez, and then out comes Braun Breaker, grabs Escobar off the top of the ring apron and costs LDF the match. I wasn't shocked. That wasn't a bracket buster to me. Just happened.
Yeah, and they were building up them, so
yeah,
it's not a surprise.
I do agree with this. Leading up to the title match, absolutely. Santos Escobar
needs to be. He's got to win a bunch because like he's lost a lot.
So. Well, no, he did just beat Zion Quinn.
So I know. So that's step one. Like we're on the way, but after
I do agree, and I say this all the time with Santos. They can't just keep slotting him in because he's cool just to have him lose. We need something more. I know that they're calling themselves BBC. I get that.
They're not doing that. What?
I keep seeing people say that they call themselves BBC. Was there a promo that I missed where they're calling themselves BBC? I got to find this. It is not there for me. So I know it exists. I know people said it.
Okay.
It was on Twitter. There you go.
Oh.
Anyway.
WWE approved tweets, I'm sure.
Why not? Tim looks horrified is right.
Mortified. Yeah, whatever you
Okay. Anyway, very quickly, a Rage Room enthusiast, Kaylee Ray.
Eat that L. Eat that L.
Which is great because now she's going to go have a title match versus Mandy Rose, but they'll do a 6-woman tag.
They did that in service of building Ivy Nile, but because of the post match, they thought it was okay. Like you could see the complicated like clockwork workings in the minds of NXT backstage trying to make this make sense.
Yeah. He just posted a tweet saying they are beautiful black contenders. Oh,
I like him. He's fun.
That's ridiculous. I am such a fan. Okay. Yeah. Please don't Google BBC. Don't whatever. Don't tweet it.
Do what you want. You're grown adults, I hope.
Yeah, exactly. Kaylee Ray loses the match to Ivy Nile. I was looking through this match. I was like, who can win this thing?
Yeah. They painted themselves into a corner. It makes sense because again, they just did. No, does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. But they just wanted to transition into the 6-woman tag and figured that it would be sufficient. Like,
yeah, not looking forward to a Toxic Attraction trios match.
No, I'm not. It's constantly.
Good to see JC Jane and Gigi Dolan back after their 2-week absence. That was never talked about on TV. I hope that they're totally healthy and they've tested negative. So anyway, that was the match. It happened, whatever. We'll get to that in a second. Solo Sikoa has stuff on his face now from a scar. He's got the scar from the fireball. They're going to have a
fireball thrown at him. They're going to do it over.
Fireball. Boa and Sikoa are going to have a match next week. No holds barred. Going to be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yulisa Leone and Dakota Kai. First of all, Dakota Kai, I love this new segment of hers where friendship is dead and friendship will ruin your life.
And she hears voices.
Nobody should ever have friends. Nobody should ever have friends. And I love bracket busting competitors. Sorry, it's gonna keep happening to us.
Remember that guy they had a promo for? He was in a diner. It was the same week that Idris had his promo package, and I was like, what?
Oh my god, I tweeted about this weeks ago, and then he had a match on 205 that I either wasn't good or he got injured.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was something else.
They are Mexican and Brazilian. Okay, I was going to ask that. That was the
Draco,
direct.
Yeah, Draco Anthony was the
that was his name. Yeah, that was the direct thing. I was like, they're Mexican and Brazilian. Like they don't even speak the same language. And I was like, one of them is speaking Portuguese and one of them is speaking Spanish. What is going on?
Well, you see,
my God,
similar
NXT,
languages.
Holy hell, they're just.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that real quick.
What the? There's a lot of this going on.
Anyway, Leon and Faraz are going to be a tag team in the Women's Dusty Cup, I'm sure, along with Corey Jade and Raquel Gonzalez. I've got a whole list. I'm going to retweet it, and y'all are going to see that that's going to be the list for the Dusty Cup of Women. Dakota Kai wins the match. Sure, why not?
Why not?
I would love Dakota Kai to find a new partner, someone who is just as much as a misanthrope as she is, and just go to town.
Io Shirai it is. Got it.
Io Shirai and Dakota Kai. The Kai Shirai thing.
Yeah, damn. We couldn't put together.
Anyway. Okay, we're here. Let's actually start. Well, first of all, we missed the we missed the Tony D funeral for Pete Dunne.
Hey.
That was great.
He's great. I love him. He's tremendous.
I very much enjoyed getting through that. And then Trick and Mello come out. Mello taking shots at Vic Joseph, which I appreciated, as everyone should.
Good segment. I think Mello's got to work on his anger, like his performative anger, a little bit more. But overall, pretty good. Like,
yeah, it was fine. Again, they got what chance, but thankfully those guys.
Tony D managed them pretty well.
Yeah, they lost. They all just kind of lost interest. After
yeah.
I like that the Tony D wants North American Championship.
Yep.
I like that Cameron Grimes also
to the moon.
Thank you.
That's really over, eh? Holy hell, people want to say it so much so that they make it awkward.
He's been there for a year, and I've talked about it on this show. I love the fact that Cameron Grimes has never wanted a championship until after he got through his, his $1 million championship.
It's great. Like, I think his arc has been very well done.
Yeah, so I like that now people can get behind him, wanting a title match, wanting championships. That's cool with me. Grimes has set himself apart from the regular NXT pack. He's a star now there. It looks like they're going to do a match with Grimes and D'Angelo to determine who's going to face Carmelo Hayes, and that's fine.
Who wins that?
Let's get it.
I don't know.
I think Cameron Grimes should give Tony D his first L.
I agree. Yeah, obviously, but we'll see. What do you think they call Cameron Grimes when he gets up to the main roster? Like,
they put a Y on his last name. Don't look that up. Do not look up that name with a Y. Do not do it. Don't do it. Don't try it. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Do not do that. Please don't.
I thought like something like Swampy Scuzzlebutt or something terrible like that, and then he's just like somebody who eats swamp sludge.
Do you think they'll rename Cameron Grimes? I think
they'll keep Cameron Grimes, but the character will die.
I don't know. I think
they're doing bad transitions lately.
They will really lean in to a crypto gimmick.
Oh, crap.
They'll turn him into a crypto bro.
The NFTs, man.
100%. Because he started off as a meme stock guy.
Yeah, I know.
And now he's going to get brought up to main, and he's going to be a crypto NFT guy. 100%.
That sounds horrible.
I got my first John Cena NFT right here. Just before SummerSlam. Yeah, it's going to be great. Going to be David Cameron Grimes.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Stop it.
Awful Brit humor, and I'm for it. By the way, let's reinforce my NXT is high school rant from weeks and weeks and weeks ago with Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter walking up to Briggs and Jensen being like, hey losers, let's go party, grab a drink, go shower, hey sexy, and one of them, Jensen, whoever the fuck, being like, I like you. I mean, I like you. I mean,
Less is more, bro.
just have sex, please.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't know. It's
goodness.
funny as hell. It's fine. Wendy Chu up in the lockers, in the men's locker room.
And Wendy Chu at the top stirring up shit. That's what happens. Oh my God. Wasn't a great segment. It just existed, but it reinforces the high school rhetoric that I've been telling y'all for weeks and weeks.
And like most high school dramas, the people participating in it are usually in their 30s.
Yeah, exactly. Wendy Chu is still great. I need Casey
Yeah, it's
and
funny.
Casey
Confusing
and Kate need to
placement.
shut the fuck up.
Aw, fine.
I never know Josh to be that upset over anything. That's excellent. That's where you draw the line.
Fine. It was fine. They're fine.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I guess we're there. We have two segments of notes.
Are we there? Is there nothing else we can delay with?
Well, Saray is one of them.
That's one of the two, though.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So let's start with Saray, because clearly that's the one that's flying most under the radar, given that the main event completely overshadowed.
I would say the
that.
egregiousness of it is somewhat less, but that's my perspective.
I understand. I'm going to preface this with I understand. This is the same company that has absolutely sucked when it comes to Asian stereotypes, especially.
Yeah.
And that they often miss the mark. Yes, a lot of stereotypes. But with Asian stereotypes, they often just go well past the point of it being okay. Is not good. The Saray segment didn't upset me as much as others. And there's a reason for that. I saw a girl who was dressed up with pigtails and had an amulet, and I said, okay, that's it. I didn't see it as, oh my God, she wasn't talking like a Japanese anime character.
Yeah.
She wasn't sexualized. She wasn't being sexualized. The camera was very much like on her face as it is now. It was a close shot. That's it.
Yeah. Exactly. And like I read the outrage on Twitter first, so I watched the segment and it was like surprising. It was a gaudy amulet.
Yes, exactly.
It was they've done much worse things. It's not great, but it's like, I don't know. It's just lazy. It's just lazy writing. It's kind of boring. I'm not excited for Saray. Like, that didn't build her character up to me.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. I like I said, I don't know. I'm not Japanese. I can't really speak to this. And like, I don't know. It wasn't like, it wasn't super duper leaned into the anime stuff. So.
And I'm going to say this. When Saray came into NXT, there was
she had no character.
No character, no gimmick.
She had
no
nothing. Facial expression during her entrance. And her music was like a total mismatch.
I honestly think that her doing this is her way of keeping her opportunity alive. Because at the end of the day, in WWE, you need a gimmick. I'm not saying this is the right one.
Definitely needs something. I don't think this is the right one because, again, like it's not that deep. Like, there's not enough substance there. But like,
it's also 1 week in. It's 1 segment in. I'm not going to use the stupid "let it play out" commentary, but I will say that I will watch. We all thought Wendy Chu was going to be stupid, and then it turned out that it's actually a pretty funny character. Whether it has more than one gear to it, that's another question. Cameron Grimes, people thought was going to be shit when he did the rebrand to the moon. And they thought it was going to be GameStop, and that was it. And it was going to flounder, and that was it.
Yeah.
And now here we are a year later, and the character changed and became different. It's up to the creative, and it's up to Saray, who hopefully will open her mouth and have some say into her character as to what happens next.
Yeah. And we'll see. We'll see.
Will. And again, I don't know what to believe anymore when someone says this was my pitch for a character. Who knows? Yeah. They could have leaned into the fact that she kicks the shit out of everyone. But then they have a character who does that already, and he changed his name. News came out, Tim. News dropped on Tuesday morning. WWE files a trademark. The name Gunther, and last name is Stark. To which I say, I thought this was going to be Zoe Stark's father. And then people were like, no, if you Google Gunther Stark, it's actually much worse than that.
Much worse. Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh, really? Is it? And I said, oh, okay. As a Jewish man, yes, this is probably not the best thing I've ever read.
But whatever. It's not like Germans stopped having names, but
okay, hold on. So, okay. Let's start with the match. Roderick Strong and Walter have a match that's very good and very fun. And one of the better
and the fans are chanting, Walter, Walter, all
the man's over
the entire damn match.
He's over. He's loved. He's appreciated. He's a great wrestler, a wonderful wrestler. And yeah, they're doing it. And he hits powerbomb, gets the finish. Roderick Strong loses to Walter. And then Walter, after being announced the winner, grabs the mic and says, the winner of the match is Gunther. And then in comes
and then they all did, you know.
Yeah, in comes Imperium, in comes the rest of like the Creed brothers, and they're brawling. I said this last week, and I said this somewhat jokingly, Tim, that the Austrian, the German, and the Italian making a promo and putting a promo on TV that has serious, strange implications to Americans being inferior to them in every single way, and that they should be taken out, eradicated, whatever. They didn't use the term eradicate, but the assumption was that Americans are inferior to these guys from their countries, and they are coming to
a lot of Americans things. Innovation, one might add. It's okay.
It's not the case anymore. And I said, as a Jewish man, that's a little unsettling for me because I've seen where that went before.
I'll give them this. Saray's character is better than adding her to Imperium right now. It could have been worse, y'all. It could have been worse.
Oh my God. As long as her last name isn't Pearl, we're okay. So I don't love this.
You don't love arbitrarily changing the guy's name to the exact same name as a German U-boat commander.
You know what's very frustrating about all of this? It's the fact that if they just picked the name Gunther
is fine.
Left fine-ish.
It's dumb and pointless, but like that alone, difficult to see this. Like,
yes. Because they had the implication and because no one thought to do any sort of research or just double check or anything, that is not cool and shouldn't be the way. The reasoning for calling him, even just calling him Gunther, just calling him Gunther as it is, that's fine. The reason for it, Walter.
There's no reason for a name change. Like,
no, there is, and that's because he probably didn't want to sign over IP on his own name in case he ever leaves the company.
Ridiculous to me. Like their laser focus on that is so goddamn dumb to me. Like it is so stupid. Like I get that you want to protect the assets, but like you can't. He barely has an image. He's a guy who shows up in black trunks. Like, what does it matter?
Yeah. It just, again, it exists.
And yeah, like the last name is just, again, some things have been pointed out to me that make it much, much, much worse. The fact that they do also very much try to avoid having people with the same last name in their company. And they took one that already had, like, there's already a Stark. So it seems pointless.
That was dumb too. That's why I said originally, before the whole Google his name, I said to myself, maybe Gunther Stark is Zoe's father, some brother, or some shit. By the way, I will point this out. He's been signed to the company for 3 years.
Exactly.
He's been in the UK for 3 years, where they have not paid any attention to anything.
Still, it doesn't matter. Like, still, why would you do that later on rather than do it right at the outset? It's not hard to make up names. It's not difficult to copyright these things or to trademark these things. Like,
there's two different arguments going on. The first one is the very obvious, why change his name?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? As a wrestling fan, as someone who knows of Walter's past and knows of the dominance that he's had as a wrestler from Europe, that's important. Number two is, why would you change his name to that? Why would you trademark that?
If you want to get slightly less terrible, just change his name to Otto or something. Like, I don't know. It's all stupid. It's all stupid and wrong, and there's no good excuse for it. I don't know. And it's so complicated with the American political situation. The fact that they're in Florida and the fact that Linda McMahon was part of the Trump administration, like, it gets very concerning. Like, to the point where it seems purposeful, and the fact that they've had to let some people go because of some things. Like,
he then got his ass beaten 3 minutes being on the Survivor Series. So it's entirely possible that Vince was like, bring him back, change his name. I don't know.
It's messed up. This is a messed up situation.
It's very strange. It's not at all a good look. And I just expected a lot. I don't know. I expected Walter to be Walter. I didn't expect Walter to become this new guy.
Walter, like...
And again,
it's such an insane thing. Like, it just makes no narrative sense. Why would a man just go like, yeah, my name's Gunther now? Like,
and now it's on him to say something on Tuesday night next week and be like,
no good line that will work. I can't think of a single thing that will justify that in a way that doesn't lean on the dark, bad symbolism or is just dumb. Like,
and I don't think strange is a severe understatement, because honestly, at the end of the day, it's wrestling, and I don't
know how much history any of these people know.
I full on don't think that they're doing this to make him a Nazi sympathizer type of character. That's why I
pointed out some questionable tweets from both Walter and Marcel Bartel, but I don't know.
No, you know what? The Walter thing, he's done that because the group is called Ringkampf in Europe.
Yeah, which is whatever.
It's and he's Austrian. Like, it's always been a little of that, and it's not. I think people, again, there are some people who are just pointing shit out just to rile people out.
Well, that's the thing. There's so much stuff. Like,
yes. And that's why, like, I'm not going to get super upset over it. I'm just going to be like, man, that was just a tone deaf look, and you could have done a lot better.
It just seems weird. I don't know. I don't trust, like, the people in this company at all, but whatever. Everyone's scum, it seems.
Frequent. And again, when you're out of the bubble, it's not such a big deal. Most people are just gonna be like, Gunther. Okay, his name's Gunther now. Sure, why not? And for
minus the picked up by German, like some German magazine type things, but like, it was like, yeah,
it is what it is. All right, you want to talk about Dynamite real quick, because this is a whole other can of worms about how to return, how to bring on returns, and how to cause buzz.
It's fine. I'm fine with all this. All right, let's talk about Dynamite
tonight, 8 Eastern. Whatever, you guys know when the show's on.
You know when Dynamite is.
You know when it is. Tonight.
If you're watching this and you don't know when Dynamite is, what the hell is wrong with you?
Exactly. Call him Walter, Gunther, Tony Stark. That's right. Perfect.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Oh yeah. Anyway.
Pretty sure that's already copyrighted.
John Moxley returns to AEW tonight. I'm sure he will get a hero's welcome. Very excited for that. If we can begin the move to Mox versus Danielson in their flip-floppy double turn match that's going to happen, that would be great. And then we can move on to Mox versus the AEW champion, Adam Page. Good for me. Cool. Mox is a heel, by the way. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm saying Mox turns. It's a double turn with Danielson, and they go back to where it was supposed to be before Mox went away for. Anyway, you can watch last week's show. We talked about it in depth. Anything else you're expecting from the Mox return that you want to see?
No, here's welcome. Like, he'll be face for a little while, and then we'll see him get real vicious. Something changed in him.
I disagree. Mox will not always be a face, because the idea would be here, Danielson will absolutely be a piece of shit heel and make Mox, look better by saying you confronted your demons, you beat them, blah, blah, blah. I have no demons. I'm just great the way I am. And then they'll have a match, the two of them, for number one contendership. And the way that Mox wins is by going low or doing something that gets him booed. And they do a double.
Well,
turn
and that's
somehow
I don't know
through
how
the
much
match.
I don't know how much he'll actually be booed, but I think he'll become a bit more morally complicated. They were already doing this on the
That's
way there, where he just got
yes.
really unnecessarily violent with people. So,
Yeah, they do
which
a
is
double
like, I
turn.
don't know, don't cheer that. But yeah, I think it's a good move.
Yeah, and again, then you just reset to where you were supposed to be before you gave Hangman the belt.
Yeah.
Why not? Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander take on Adam Cole, Bebe, and his doctor medical girlfriend. Damn it, that's DMG. Britt Baker.
You got to prepare more.
Sorry, this Mox thing. He comes, his music hits, comes through the crowd, beats the shit out of whoever's in the ring, and he leaves.
That
That's
sounds
fine.
awesome. Do that.
I originally read that as he beats the shit out of some fan, and then he leaves.
Do
I
that.
can do that too. Some wrestling fans need their ass beat.
Sure,
Anyway.
someone will volunteer for it.
On the mixed match challenge, Orange Cassidy, Chris Dad, Adam Cole, Bebe, and Britt Baker. What do you think?
About what? It'll be fine.
That's it. That's all you got, eh?
Yeah, it'll be fine. I don't think it's gonna blow my mind.
Is this just
Adam
gonna
Cole
turn
and Britt
into
Baker win. I don't like anyway.
What if Chris Statlander pins Britt Baker because we're
then she
getting
gets
Chris
another
Statlander
match?
versus Baker? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Sure.
Anyway,
It's fine. I'm not
I
excited
love
for
how
that.
excited you are.
They're
for
both
this.
very good. Didn't we already see them wrestle? Am I crazy?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Someone else will tell me when it was, but yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
It's recent enough that I remember. So too soon is my response.
It is the five labors of CM Punk as
Oh
CM
my
Punk
God,
takes
no
on noted
kidding,
chair
eh?
pervert Sean Spears. Sean Spears, noted chair pervert, cutting promos after Rampage that were really great. I know you love his nip scarf. Is this CM Punk's first loss tonight?
No, it's not. It should be. I don't know. I think Punk should lose, but hopefully he just loses to MJF.
Could you imagine Punk losing to Sean Spears?
That
Noted
would
chair
be
pervert?
insane. I don't know. What a bananas decision.
I love it. Going back to Baker and Stat, who's going to challenge Britt at Revolution? Man, I don't even know anymore because
yeah, the women's division is kind of like a lot of possibilities. Like,
could be Serena Deeb because she's got a match versus Sky
be.
Blue tonight.
Who she will absolutely obliterate.
Yes, that'd be fine. Actually, the problem with Blue, I mean, you got to start turning Baker at that point because Deeb and Baker.
Oh yeah,
cool,
I don't know. Yeah. The heel face dynamic, like the division of it is not equal. I feel because they got a lot of young talent that they have as faces because they're young upstarts, but we'll see.
Yeah, you could do Thunder Rosa. Yeah, if you want to do Rosa and Britt Baker.
She's got to take the title though in a rematch, I think, right?
Honestly, I would rather see Rosa versus Mercedes Martinez at Revolution. I'd rather see that be a showcase women's match.
Build that up a bunch, yeah.
Yeah, I think people would pay for that one. But Deep versus Sky Blue, yeah, we know who's going to win. That's fine. And Shida seems to be on her way back to Japan to do her her movie, which is good. So let Serena Deep stand on her own and just be a ass whooping woman, takes everybody out.
Yep.
And who knows who takes her out? Penelope Ford. Sting, Darby Allin, they take on the Acclaimed after that ridiculous diss track from the Acclaimed this past week. I loved it. What do you think? Sting and Darby Acclaimed?
I don't know. The Acclaimed is surprised. Like they've had kind of ups and downs in terms of the in-ring stuff. So I'm really hoping they put together a banger program with Sting and Darby.
This is actually probably it. After last week, remember when Britt went and saved Chris Statlander and was like, "What's wrong with you, Britt?"
Yeah.
Probably Anna Jay, and I don't love that because, quite frankly, I like Anna Jay, but I don't think Anna Jay is. I
don't find her compelling right now. Like she's got to do, I don't know, something.
I need something more, but we'll see. I do agree though. Probably Anna Jay. They just got to get themselves into that position. And if they make it another butt storyline, I'm out. I need some definition in my characters, not in my trash talk about butts. Sting and Darby Allin. Yes, I like the idea of finally hitting the buckle bomb, the Acclaimed onto Sting. Why not?
No.
Watch Sting turn to dust.
Leave poor old Sting alone. He's done much better than I ever expected. So
that's fair. Yeah, that's it. And then finally, the big news of the week, free agent Cody Rhodes. He's going to return tonight. He is the TNT champion, the real champion, brother. He's returning tonight to AEW after his 2-week vacation from COVID land. And the Codyverse comes back to Washington. What do you think? Is Cody going to announce, I've signed a new deal? Is Cody going to come out and be like, the rumors are true? Rose to the Top season 2 premieres on whatever dates. What are we going to do?
I feel like all of this is just because Cody so desperately wants to be cheered by an AEW crowd that he's leaning on the fact that most of them are pretty anti WWE, and he's just going to be like, I would never leave you guys.
That's right. I am the heart and soul of this company, and
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
be here forever.
I feel like he just wants live cheers, like just wants to feel it. Like, you know, he's been trying everything. He set himself on fire. I would have cheered that. That's cool. It's fine, Cody. But like, you don't need them. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't. Move on,
But I
Cody.
feel like he's not going anywhere. I feel like maybe this even went out so that he gets cheered whenever he says this.
So what you're saying is it's going to be Stardust in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, sure. No, I'll take Meltzer's side on this one.
That's your first mistake, pal.
It's like, no, hell no, stop it. No, stop it.
All right, stop it. We're going to get out of here. Once again, our big news from the top of the show. Next Wednesday, starting at noon Eastern on Wednesday, whatever that date is, that is the 26th. Tim and Joel Pod moves to the Fightful Overbooked channel. We'll be there. Hopefully you'll be with us. Sunday at noon Eastern. We're still going to be here at timandjoelpod.com. Stick around with us. We love you. Tim, where can the kids find you?
Oh, they can find me at Timstone, PTIMBSTONEB on Twitter.
And I am at Joel Pearl, JOELPEARL. We're doing nonsense all the time. Just nonsense all day.
All the time.
Every day. Go eat your food. Go have a nice night. Wednesdays
at
are
12,
at noon.
12 forever. 12 forever. This is an anomaly.
This was a thing. If you guys really want it to be at 5 p.m., we can talk about it. But right now,
talk about it. You just got to ask.
You got to taste. You got to get a taste. Ladies and gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, we'll see you on Sunday at noon here at timandjoelpod.com for our last show on the channel.